Opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It'll buy some time right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Taylor running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Colts, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They go play action here on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got Jack Doyle. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A check down here for Henry. And bulldozing his way through. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like,
bro, I've been on mute the whole time.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
People were talking about like a 7-win season for us. That was like, I think, like those two most people were saying.
Look to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already
Eagles are beating guys in Rambo.
Running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now here's a look for the zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Oh, he's naked. He's naked. He's naked.
This one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Oh, why?
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship.
Cowboys are done 1st round.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
Against who?
Take over once again.
Ram? Oh, 49. No.
Second straight drive now.
Cowboys aren't a lock against anybody.
With an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily.
Yep.
I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
No way, bro. I hate this game.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown.
Go Daxton. Big play.
I'll give him credit. It's a fair shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Best run defense in the league. They've been a bottom 5 run defense the last 8 weeks of the season. What does that mean? Best run defense in the league. They've been the the third worst in the league in the last 8 weeks. Third worst in the league on this. Okay. All right.
The pickup of 4. Here's second and 6. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out.
No way, that ball's out, man! I'm so tired of this fucking game. Oh. Get off. No, just all that what's his face knows how to do is fumble the ball. He gets touches, he fumbles, dude, every time, bro. Fucking quarterback rattler, dude. I ain't losing. I'm up 10-0. Two stupid ass turnovers, bro. Riley, get off of me.
He's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
No.
Squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more.
Oh, here's the fucking stupid screen run, bro. You're fucking moon. You run this fucking play too?
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision.
He's got Derrick Henry just run the ball twice all game.
Learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll set up to throw, and he's going to go down.
I don't care.
Of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up third down and goal. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen. Oh
my God! This group didn't all here in the first half.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off.
What the hell?
This is third and goal.
Well, so what the hell?
Looking in, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had the starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it. 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6
points. Oh my God, me, Mike. Bro, I feel like
Titan field goal from the right hash. This is just a chipping. And Bullock will put this this one through.
Is it still fucked up?
Get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
What the hell happened, bro? My mic went fucking nuts. What was it doing?
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover.
What?
Over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs.
Hey Google, turn off family room light.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead, you've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 2. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again.
I mean, Fields really doesn't look good.
Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Our second round. Oh,
And the
man.
defense steps up here and down.
Yeah, we were both confused what that meant.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Great.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Yes.
They'll set up
Oh, why am I lagging?
eluding the pressure.
One win last year.
Let it go deep right side.
Oh, stupid ass interception.
Picked off inside the 10. And these guys have got it back.
How many total wins did you have?
First half.
It's like Eagles are
All downfield, but still.
I can't do anything with my mic. It just keeps making that sound.
I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense has been disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This complete to Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this half. So we come to halftime here. The Colts taking the lead to the locker room.
I think my controller broke or something.
Check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Titans going to get the ball to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the... Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top-flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Isaiah Rodgers to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 18. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Oh, someone catch it. Thank you.
Intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Down.
So
Down.
it was a drive that had
Yes.
real
Down.
promise here to begin the 3rd quarter,
Down.
but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too
I think
greedy.
my controller's broken,
The
so that's a
Colts
whole
come to
nother
the
issue.
line ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
So no warranty on these
That's a big
bitches?
one
Like,
for them
what?
because after the
To go
work
buy a
the
new
defense
controller?
has done, they've got a chance here to open
Is there a
up
warranty
this
on them?
lead.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get this off to Taylor. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Good girl.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over,
it's me trying to fucking fuck with my controller.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is now 17-3. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said is
I can't talk and play every time I start talking to people.
Start fucking up.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's
I just scored a touchdown like 2 seconds ago. Shut up.
I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the
yes, it
football,
is. I'm calling.
Everything
Why are you
else
calling
should
it?
flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point, and that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need for conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
No.
Second and 1. Flush to his right. Now
God, come on, man! Another fucking fumble! I'm trying to fucking slide! Fuck, man! Fuck!
Some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think
That's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And no return
God, I
on this
swear to
one.
God,
It's a
bro.
fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Just trying to slide, man. The fact that quarterbacks fumble every time they get touched, man. So not realistic.
For the events of a moment ago, a fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there.
For what?
Sails incomplete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This ball tipped and it's going to be incomplete.
Bailed, bro. Bailed.
An important play.
Fuck your life, man.
And I would expect pressure here.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down forces. Fourth down coming up.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with it. And how about this, a fake? And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. Give him an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. They'll look to throw here. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Blankenship's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a second down and 6. Now back to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything. And here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run once more with Taylor. And room there to work it inside the 25. 90 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part